Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, yes, we will be doing a first contact day series of builds. Captains, before we get into the video though, do us a huge favor, hit that like button, subscribe here to YouTube Bridge, as we're always on the lookout for like-minded captains where we can share our love and our passion for things Star Trek Online, but also Star Trek. But with that said, here we go. Now, captains, as you can see here, we are in the USS Unidentified. Now, captains, around the time about 6 months ago, and we're gonna go here to the YouTube Bridge log here. And what we want to show for the reasons of is because we did something that was really fun, and we're gonna do it again. So, around 6 months ago, we did a Star Trek Day series types of build where we were just giving homages to the ships that were in the quote-unquote Fleet Museum. Now, we did from the beginning all the way to the end there, and it was really fun. And the response to the videos were really awesome, so we wanted to do this again. And we were supposed to do this last year. What had happened was, especially with the release of the Norway, which was the last ship that we were waiting for to be released from the first contact ships, we got sick. So, we said we'll just kind of wait it out. And with the recent announcement of a certain ship coming to Star Trek Online next week, as of the making of this video, the legendary Kira, we thought, you know what? I think this is the perfect time. Because also, just a couple days ago, April 5th was First Contact Day. So this is actually an official thing here in the Star Trek fandom. So, as we see here, so created by First Contact co-screenwriter and producer Ronald D. Moore, First Contact Day began in 1997 in the real world as an informal commemorative occasion for Star Trek fans of all stripes to be observed every year on April 5th to celebrate the Star Trek media franchise. So there you go. This is why we are doing this. And again, this is kind of the same thing, and we're going to be just going to have fun with this. Captains, know that any of the ships, any of the builds that we show here is just for fun. Nothing to be taken seriously. With that being said, any of the builds that we show here and showcase, it gets us through our nightly pewZ just fine. So again, all for fun, and really, as long as you're having fun, that is what matters. Now, I've said over the years that First Contact is one of my favorite battles. So how we're going to do this is just use the ships that were showcased there in First Contact. Now, there is actually a list here in Memory Alpha of the ships that were actually seen there. So as you see here, there's a Steamrunner class, Soyuz, Norway, Defiant, Nebula, Sovereign, another Nebula, Akira, Saber, but there's also some other ships here that weren't sort of identified, but you can barely saw. One of them, which, and this is why we're starting with this one, I didn't know there was 3, let alone 1, but there was 3 OBERTH class starships. And you actually click on that link there, it brings you to this, showing you where they were in the battle. And lo and behold, they're right there. I actually do have the battle here. We're not going to play it because, well, we'll get copyright and we don't want that. But they're right there. I did not even notice that, captains, to be honest with you. And the other scene here is actually just right before the board cube exploded. So that was quite interesting. I did not know that. So this is why we are starting on this, the USS Unidentified. So what we'll do is go over the build, of course, the weapons, space set, consoles, station, traits, DOS, and then take it into a Cure Advance and see how it does. Again, please keep in mind, captains, that this is just all for fun. Now, with that said, here we go. So, get the USS Unidentified, and this time we are going to be using the Grissom light size vessel. Now, this is not my favorite design of ship here. It looks like we are founded by another fellow captain there. But this is also called the USS War Canoe, named by some captains lovingly. But it is what it is, and this is kind of one of the first things you see, like that sort of split neck design. But it's not even a split neck; it's more of a pylon there, but it has no neck. But regardless, Not one of my favorite ships at all, but it is what it is, and we're just gonna have fun with this. We're definitely just gonna have fun with this. So here we go. We'll start here, and we're gonna base it as well as what we've seen on screen. And there was a lot of phaser fire, photon fires, and of course from the Sovereign, the Enterprise E, quantum torpedo. So, but we're mostly gonna base the weapons that we use on each ship from what they are, kind of would normally have. So here is what we did with the Grissom. So here we have the gravimetric photon torpedo, which you can get from your Dyson rep, one of my favorite torpedoes in the game. An advanced fleet photon torpedo launcher, which you can get from your fleet, Starbase fleet. And another photon torpedo here, but this time it has the spread mod. Now I know sometimes it doesn't work, but in my mind it helps me, so we're just gonna keep that. Space set here, Elite Fleet Intervention Proton Matter Deflector. It's your fleet colony. A deteriorating secondary deflector, which you can of course get, or which I got from the exchange actually. Prevailing innovative impulse engines you get from your competition rep. And then of course mycelial harmonic matter antimatter core and Tilly's review pending modified shield there, which you can actually get from your Discovery rep. One thing I forgot, captains, that we'll take out here so that you can see, and we'll just do this now so that we don't forget in the next video, and this is okay that we do this now. We'll just take this off here so that you captains can see everything there. So again, we were pointing at that, probably didn't see that, but that's okay. Again, nothing crazy, just a gravimetric photon torpedo, advanced fleet photon torpedo, and a photon torpedo launcher that has the spread mod. So that is for the weapons, the space set. And the aft weaponry, we decided to go with 2 Omni beams here at the aft. So the Trilithium Enhanced Omnidirectional Phaser Beam, which you can actually get from the Mission Nexus. And just another Omnidirectional Phaser Beam that I just bought off the exchange a long time ago. And to round it off, a Prolonged Engagement Photon Torpedo, which we got as a reward from an event, but you can actually get this as, I believe, a very rare tier from your Phoenix Prize pack. And it also is a 180 targeting arc. So it might not fire a lot, but again, we're just doing a Cure Advance. It's not going to be anything out of the normal. Devices, here we got some Torp Candy, plus 30% bonus projectile damage for 20 seconds. Kobayashi Maru Transponder for its buff goodness. And Temporal Negotiator to help with our cooldowns. The consoles, this is kind of what we did. The Bineural Infusion Circuits from the Low-Buy store for the flat-out crit severity that it gives us there. The Ferrofluid Hydraulic Assembly, which you can get from your Terran rep to help us with our shared torpedo recharge time. You also use the Ordnance Accelerator from your Gamma rep for the phaser and torpedo damage. Then we're going to use the Emulating Phaser Lance because beam overload is a thing, and we're going to say that this is a beam overload. You get this from your Pilot Deimos Destroyer, which we got as our first event campaign prize for the flat-out 15.8% phaser damage. And you also get a little shield pin, 43.8. Great staple of almost all of my Federation builds. Next, we are going to use the console that comes with the ship, which is the Phase Space Membrane. Gives us plus 57% power transfer, but when you use it, gives us physical/kinetic immune scaling damage plus torpedo damage. So it does help a little bit there. Now I know it scales with Aux, but I'm just probably gonna just run with it. Next up here is the Point Defense Bombardment Warhead, which you get from your NX. Any version of the NX, we get plus 25% projectile damage, 1% crit chance. Very cute. And of course, we always pair it up with this, the DPRM or Dynamic Power Redistributor Module, which you get from your prototype Dreadnought, aka Atlas, for the 11.3 all damage resistance rating, plus 90% directed energy damage. And of course, for the clicky goodness for 20 seconds, plus 40% bonus damage when your hull is above 80%, plus 100 bonus damage resistance rating, plus 500% hull region. Now, the 2 of them give us a little bit more oomph to our phaser damage, 33%. So nothing to sneeze at. It's going to help the two omni beams we have here. Next up, we have the experimental power redirection console, which comes from your Excel 2.0, which, captains, you can get for your event prize this year, 2023. It is quite a beautiful visual symphony of phaser beam overload fall. That's what I'm going to call it. It gives us plus 19.9% increased energy damage, plus 13.3 Starship weapon amplification, which is improving our critical hit severity with our weapons. And yeah, for 15 seconds, just straight out a visual symphony of just awesomeness. And to round it off here for tactical consoles, we just use 2 vulnerability locators for torpedoes for plus 2% crit chance and plus 34.5% torpedo weapon damage. I did not T6X upgrade this ship. Captains who are new here, normally I don't do T6X upgrades on ships that I don't normally would play and use in most of my pewZ. And plus, like I said, I know what builds get us through our nightly pewZ, and advance is totally fine, especially this build. Okay? So skill sets, nothing too differently from our previous. Again, you'll never see this change at all. Never. But there you go, captains. If you want to look at it, I got 8 spent in engineering, 10 in sci, 28 in tac. So if you want to pause the screen here to see how I did it, that is how I did it there. Specialization, nothing too different. Intel, primary, temporal, secondary. Traits, this is what we got going on here. A good day to die. Adaptive offense. Self-modulating fire. Resonating payload modification. Kinetic precision. Superior projectile training. Unconventional systems. Terror targeting systems. Intelligence agent attaché. And the boiler effect. For Starship traits, this is what we got going on. Subspatial warheads. Universal designs. Entwined tactical matrices, or ETM, as you would hear a lot used lovingly. One of my personal favorite traits, carrier wave shield hacking. And ceaseless momentum. Space reputation here, this is what we have going on. Precision. Advanced targeting systems, Omega kinetic shearing, torpedo pre-fire sequence, and Tyler's duality. And to round it off here, active space reps, we just are using anti-time entanglement singularity, biomolecular shield generator, force challenge, quantum singularity manipulation, and refractory tetron cascade. Stations, this is what we decided to, left to right, top to bottom. So we're limited in our tac stations, but that's okay. It works. So one of my favorite powers, torpedo high yield. So we had to use that even though at ensign level, it's okay. It'll work. And then of course here next we have beam fire at will and cannon scatter volley for back-to-back torp spreads. Emergency power to engines. Emit unstable warp bubble. Eject warp plasma. Heisenberg amplifier. Destabilizing resonance beam, delayed overload cascade, so for big booms, and recursive shearing 3. Tractor beam, this will take the shields off with that paired with that trait, carrier wave shield hacking, scramble sensors, and photonic shockwave. And for our dupes, this is what we have for our dupes. Roster here, so 2 on ground helping us in space as always, Neil Falconer. Increased damage versus Zeeberg. Aldrin Malikatan, increased damage versus all. And then rounding off our space duty officers, here's what we got. Emergency con hologram for recharging evasive maneuvers when we use emergency power to engines. 3 projectile officers, we're going to be using 2 of them, which will give us a chance to stack crit severity when we fire projectiles. And 1, a chance to reduce the time to recharge torpedoes. It's Irene here for increased damage versus Zeeberg, even more so. And because we have energy weapons, we're going to use an energy weapons officer that gives us a chance to stack crit severity when we fire our energy weapons. So captains, there you go. Now, moving forward, most of these builds that you will see here will be pretty similar. It's either going to be, mind you, all my builds are similar, but that's not the reason why we do this. we are always going, majority of the time, for screen act looking ships. And of course, we gotta add some Stoa gameplay in there as well, so sometimes the mechanics are there. But for the most part, that is what we're doing. So this is a more torpedo heavy version. Builds that are coming up next, probably you'll see some more energy weapon damage or more eccentric in the build. But this is how we're gonna start off. And again, please keep in mind, this is just all for fun. So it is time for the USS Identified to get some revenge on the Berg. We're going to go into Cure Advance and see how we do, see how this ship does. And again, our strategy for this is we're going to go to the left dock station first, try to take out that cube and all the sort of Borg there first. As we make our way to the right, we'll take care of the ships going towards the Kang. And hopefully the Kang doesn't take too much damage, with a obviously secondary goal of making sure that Kang, we don't fail that objective. Take out the right side dock, clear up the ships, and then take out the final dock and then finish off the TFO. So that's going to be the plan moving forward with all of these that we do, because these ships were there fighting the Borg, and we are going to fight the Borg here as well. So just in advance, start that off. And here we go. There goes one of the USS Identified. That's hilarious how they just kind of say USS Unidentified. Quite hilarious. But here we go.
Tactical alert. Vessel approaching. Bearing 184, Mark 7.
Ooh. Let's go. And left first. Get rid of that. We're going to try to take care of this first. Oh. Take out that. Take out these. This is a pretty zippy ship too. Okay, take these ships out before they reach the Kang. Maybe use a space membrane, why not? Again, hopefully Kang doesn't take too much damage. Just look back here just in case. There's some Borg Raptors there, so make sure we take care of them too as well. Make sure I don't gravimetric torpedo myself. That thing was going towards me. Get rid of these that they're trying to aim for the Kang here. There you go. Get some booms going on there. Kang's still doing okay, still at 100%. Trying to get their attention here. There you go. We're going to clear this. Take that out. Take the Raptor out. There you go. Now we'll take out the left side, right side. We got DPRM up, so that's good. Buff up there. Eventually take that out. Might take a little bit, but we're going to work on this. Make sure the Kang's doing okay. We might have to do the old take care of the nanite probe. This is okay. Still doing way good here. Way good? Yes, that is a thing. There you go. Cube is down. Let's take care of these Raptors here. Take that out. Take the one over here trying to get to the Kang. We try to protect it. That's our secondary objective. First being, of course, to finish the TFO. Come on. There you go. I don't know what you expect from a OBERTH, but we're going to do our very best here, Caps, to protect it. Raptors here. Take out this Negvar there. Getting damage here from that. Put this up just in case. Why not use a cloak just to try to get us out of here in trouble? Oh! Okay, that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna come back and still protect the Kang. Good thing the shield's there. Come on, come on. Refresh. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Doing okay there. Boom. Take that out, take that out. There you go. Okay, the OBERTH exploded once, but that's okay. On to the next one. Buff up here, Torp Candy, aim. Take her out as best as we can. Try and take out everything here, make sure no one's after the Kang. There we go, we're doing good. Woo! I do this. Ooh. Oh, 2. Okay, still protecting the Kang. We're okay. As long as no one does. Hey, the OBERTH is fine. The third USS Unidentified is going to be coming. Oh, look at that. We took care of the cube. Someone took care of the cube. Yeah, let's go repair damage here. Bam. There's some Negvars here, so let's make sure we get them. We'll just pretend this is the third USS Unidentified OBERTH coming in. They are a pest. What do we expect from an OBERTH? But the crew is fighting valiantly here. Take this out. Make sure it doesn't have any ideas of going towards the Kang there. Take this spear out. There you go. And let's clear it up here. Last 2 things. There you go. Okay. Objective, optionals, we got them. Or within 9 minutes, maybe not. That's okay. That's okay. The Kang is alive, that is what is most important. And we're about to finish this TFO. Well, there you go. I mean, I didn't really expect much from the OBERTH, but hey, she did fine for a TFO you can do, you're doing by yourself. That should be done in a 5-man team. Buff up here. Let's take out the assimilated carrier first. Buff up as much as we can. Take the shields out. With shield carrier hack wave. No more shields for you. Or just shield pen. Straight up shield pen. Oh. Whoo! The third It took us 3 tries. There was 3 unidentified USS OBERTH ships there. Took us 3 ships, 3 tries to finish this TFO. But the important thing is we finished it. So, all right, let's head out here and then give our final thoughts. Again, captains, these videos, especially those who have been with me for a while, know that I just do this for fun. This is not meant to show you how to play the game, because you have to play the game the way you want to. Because my fun is different from yours, and I had fun there. Stressing out over protecting the Kang, making sure it didn't go down, its health didn't go down to 75% to fail, but that is how I kind of like it. And there you go. That's our first ship of the series. And it's quite funny how there was 3 unidentified ships and it took us 3 tries to finish that Cure Advance. I think that was fate. We're going to keep that in the video because why not? Again, you can't take this too seriously. All of this is just for fun. So captains, next up, we're going to pick up one of the ships there. And so what we will try to do is get these videos out as quickly as possible, hopefully daily, but within real life duties, we will do our best to just get them out as soon as we can, on top of course, all the Stone news and updating you caps of all the latest. So there you go, captains. Do us a favor, like the video, comment below, let us know if First Contact is one of your favorite battles, and of course, subscribe here to YouTube Bridge, and we will leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.